Hello everyone, I'm back today sharing with you a layout that I've made for Lottie Loves Paper, and I'm using the Crate Paper Marigold Collection. Now I really wanted to try and make use of all the journaling cards and the cut apart sheet that's in the collection on this layout, and we'd had a recent discussion on the Lottie Loves Paper community page about whether you prefer a pattern background or a plain white cardstock background. And if you've been following me on YouTube and on my Instagram channel, then you will see that I do tend to veer towards my plain white cardstock backgrounds quite a lot. The thought of using a pattern paper background is a little bit daunting, to say the least. I have done a few this year and pushed myself out of my comfort zone, but I thought I would give it another go. So what I've done is I've selected all the pale pink beigey coloured journaling cards and bits from the cut apart sheets to go together, and I'm creating a bit of a monochromatic layout here. I've got this photograph of me and my youngest from quite a few years ago. I may actually have scrapped it before, but we were in Spain and it was her first holiday abroad, and I've got this photograph and I just really loved it, and I've got it printed. I had it printed already in black and white, and because of lockdown and everything this year, I've found that I've struggled a bit with photographs to scrap. So revisiting old photos, and actually it's quite nice to revisit those old memories. And I just absolutely love this photograph. So I wanted sort of a paler background so that the photograph itself, although it's not massive, I think it's probably just a little bit shy of a 3x4, would still stand out from my layout. So as you can see, I've opted for my pattern background. I did go through a few different options at the beginning, but I decided to choose this almost like starburst geometrical shaped paper from the collection for my background. And the reason I picked it was because it is beautiful, but I didn't want a background that was going to be too overpowering and busy and, you know, sort of drenched in colour, because I didn't want it to take away from the rest of my layout. I just wanted it to be quite subtle, and I thought that worked really nicely. And also it went with my colour theme. So I've picked all of my journaling cards that I've decided I'd like to use. There's some really sweet ones in there, and I've also added some of the stickers as well. And they're all different shapes and sizes, but sticking on like the square rectangular theme. And it's literally just a case of moving them around my page until I was completely happy with how it was looking. I did think about covering the whole page with these cards, but one, there wasn't enough in the kit, and actually I quite liked it with that background showing through around the edge, just to help it look a little bit more grounded on my page and not too super busy. So I've used a few little bits as well from my old collection, the smile and full of love, and some of the gold phrases like snapshot and happiness. They were from a previous pink paisley collection that I'd had as a design team kit, but the colours went really nicely with everything that I had there. And I tend not to use pink a lot either, so I did have all of these bits left from the Marigold collection, and I thought what better way to use them than sort of all together. So my main design is done, and I'm literally just fussy cutting bits from the journaling cards, like all those butterflies. And you can see there I made a bit of a booby where I'm just about to stick this piece now. I had actually stuck another bit down, but decided it didn't work and I didn't like it too much, and changed my mind midway after I'd stuck it down. So I was feeling really confident and sticking things down as I was going along, which is not really like me. And then that's what happens. So I had to find a card that would cover up my my ripped background paper, but I just about managed to cover it with that butterfly at the bottom and a few other embellishments at the end. We all make little mistakes, and it's all part of the process of designing pages. So you can cover things up, can't you? So I think I got away with it just about. Now the photograph and some of these embellishments I am raising up on some kids sticky back foam, just to give a little bit of dimension to the layout. I really wanted that photograph to stand out a little bit more. At the end of the day, it was like my main focal point. And then I decided it needed backing as well, and a few layers to help it pop off the layout just a little bit more. So I used some of the pink paper and then some of this monochromatic like basket weave paper, and it just helps to elevate it off of the page a little bit more. And yeah, I like that anyway. So really now all I'm doing is sticking down my last few bits and then embellishing my cards. I didn't want to embellish it heavily because with all of those little squares and rectangles of paper everywhere, it's quite a busy layout already. So I didn't feel it needed loads on it to embellish it, but just a little bit. So like the vellum gold butterfly, that's really, really pretty. And just a few little flowers here and there. And I placed my my photograph on that journaling card in the middle, so I had my journaling lines ready for me already. So that was a good place to put my journaling. I actually thought about that before I did my layout, which is not like me, because normally my journaling is my last thing. I get a bit carried away with designing my my layouts. So, and then I struggle as to where I'm going to put my journaling. Yes, so I was really pleased that I'd actually thought in advance about where I was going to put my journaling, and having that little bit underneath my photograph worked really, really well. So it was perfect, really. So the aim of this video really was just to show you another way to utilise those journaling cards and cut apart sheets that you get in your ephemera packs from collections that you buy along the way. So thank you very much for watching along with me today. I hope you've enjoyed the process video and seeing my layout coming together. I'll leave you to watch the last minute or so of it now, and as you'll see, I decided that background and layout needed a little bit of framing rather than just being all pink. So I've then used another sheet of that monochromatic basket weave paper from the collection to frame my layout. So I've literally just trimmed that the whole layout down a little bit at the end, and stuck it onto some of that paper. And I'm just adding a few of the Doodlebug sprinkle hearts that go really prettily with this collection as well, because it just tied it all up really, really nicely. So if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up or subscribe. That would be lovely. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll hope to catch up with you again in the new year sometime. So wishing you a fabulous new year. I hope you've all had a lovely Christmas. Thank you to my subscribers for following along, and see you in 2021. Bye.